they voted, why they voted the way they did, what is their sense of the developments in the build-up to conference, matters such as the court case that recently took place affecting delegates from the Free State. One of them from the Free State is Zenzile Magadlela Zenzile. So the court has said that the PEC and that entire process was unlawful from that conference that took place in Paris. What is your reaction as a delegate? You were in Paris, right?
Yes, I was in Paris.
Okay.
We are not happy with that decision because we believe ANC things must be done within the ANC structures. It is wrong to take issues of the ANC and put them to the court. So we believe that the court had to do their job as a decision-making body in Africa, in South Africa. But the constitution and the principles of the African National Congress must remain.
But some people who want to go to court can go to court if they want to.
Yes, but we had agreed in Limpopo that if you take such a decision or such a step, you should be, in fact, you are pushing yourself out of the African National Congress because it is not correct that when you can...
But these courts are South African courts.
Yes, that's
and the ANC is a South African organization.
Yes, indeed. But we are saying as a disciplined cadre of the African National Congress, whatever you want to raise it in the correct platform.
All right. So who did you vote for?
Zuma.
Yeah.
Mantas.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. You didn't vote for continuity, right? This is Nati Noha from the Eastern Cape.
Yes.
Yeah. Who did you vote for?
I voted for change.
Why?
Because ANC, as it's celebrating its 100 years, it needs leaders with vision. It needs leaders who are corrupt-free. It needs leaders who are not tribalistic. So, as we want to take the ANC to the second centenary, we want those leaders with such caliber.
Okay, so let's hear from him. Do you agree with what he's saying?
What he's saying is the truth. That's why we put Zuma there.
Yeah.
Because what he's saying is, in fact, he explains who Zuma is.
No, Zuma is not the current, is not the right candidate to lead the ANC. That is why we want to remove him. You see here, we are judging the current president with the resolution that has been taken in Polokwane. Yes.
Let's leave it at that. Thank you very much. So, Zenzile Magadlela is from the Free State, Nathi Nqoko is from the Eastern Cape. Let's welcome Professor Somadoda Fikeni, who is a political analyst who's been watching proceedings and developments here. What do you make of the process since yesterday? What have you heard? What has happened up to now?
Well, I do think that there have been some delays, but it's quite clear that in terms of the gestures, the body language, the acclamation, you might have a stronger presence of those who were pro-Zuma.
Yeah.
But at another level, though, quite interestingly, is that the provinces which seem to have suggested one candidate, like Limpopo, Free State, and Northwest and so forth, in some instances, delegates from regions have a different view from their provincial leaders. So to that extent, you may expect Limpopo having voted in a split manner than what is suggested. And you may have the same with the Western Cape, having voted in a manner that is at variance with what leaders in their provincial conferences have proposed.
Yeah. Is this the playing out of comprehensive democracy within the ANC as a party?
I do think so. I mean, if you look at the ANC, it's one remaining mass movement with all its imperfections, where you do have the branches being brought in, where you do have common people coming to voice out their positions. To that extent, I do think that it has that. But over time now, the struggle for list and positions, credentials, and the manipulation may begin to erode that mass appeal if the leadership doesn't correct those problems.
There is wording that rings in my head that we heard from one of the delegates who was here. You heard the lady, she said, "Funeka siyo masaja ngoku."
That is the case when you lead up to the conference. There are sharp differences, sometimes divisions. And once the conference has pronounced, if the organization is to still live and pursue its agenda, they should accept whatever the outcome is and begin to say, for the next 5 years, this is the leadership you have. But if they start saying, day one after elections, we are plotting against the current leadership, over time, ANC will not be able to contain its internal wounds, and the voters may begin to punish it.
So the bigger responsibility now is for this leadership coming in, even before talking to the country, it's to talk to ANC people and talk about how to rebuild unity and a sense and a currency of working together.
In fact, the president who is elected from this conference has a huge task of appealing for unity and healing, but not only in the posters, but believe in it and go all out to say whoever you may have voted for, the leadership is for everybody, and then begin to demonstrate that in the deployments, demonstrate that in working across the board. If that is not done, then divisions within the ANC will be institutionalized.
Okay, thank you very much, Professor Somato Tafikeni. There's more analysis, more insight. We invite you to